So relational query languages. So as its name, query language, relational query language. So relational query language is simple language which is used to retrieve the data from the database. Okay. So a query language is a language in which a user requests information from the database. It is the user requests information from the database. I want the name of all the instructors. So I write select name from instructor. It requests information. I request some information from database. So query languages can be categorized as either procedural or non-procedural query language. So procedural query language, the user describes the desired information with giving a specific procedure for obtaining that information. Again, I am repeating. In procedural query language, the user describes the desired information with giving a specific procedure. Means along with procedure is given there to obtain that information. And non-procedural, as its name, the user describes the desired information without giving a specific procedure for obtaining that information. Without giving a specific procedure for obtaining that information. So always remember these two definitions. So there are three pure languages which are relational algebra, tuple relational calculus and domain relational calculus. So these among these three languages we are going to study relational algebra in. Relational algebra is one of the pure language or it is a procedural query language. Relational algebra is a procedural query language that take one or two relation as an input and produce a single relation as output. See, here we are started with the relational model. Okay. So in relational model, again I am repeating that the table is known as relation. The table is referred to as a relation. The row in the table is referred to as a tuple and the columns are referred to as attributes. So the words that we are going to use after this are relation, tuple and attributes. So whenever I say it is a relation means it is a table. Whenever I say it is a tuple, it is a row, and whenever I say attribute, it is a column of that table. So the words that are technical words, that are database related words, that we are going to use for the whatever the part remaining. So relational algebra is a procedural query language which take one or two relation as an input and produce a single or new relation as the output. Means the output when we perform the operation with the help of relational algebra, then it generates the result in the form of relation only, which is a single relation as the output. So relational algebra has 6 basic operations. First one is the select. Second one is the project. Third one is the union. Fourth one is the set difference, Cartesian product and rename. Among these, four operations are rename operation, then project, select. These are unary operation. These are unary operation. Unary operation means it operates on a single relation. While union, set difference and Cartesian product, these are binary operation. Binary operation means it operates on two relations. Okay. So relational algebra has some operation that take one or two relation as the input and produce a single relation as the output, which has 6 basic operations. Among these, 3 are unary operation and 3 are binary operation. Then along with these 6 basic operation, it has some additional operations such as set intersection, natural join, assignment and outer join. Set intersection, natural join, assignment and outer join. So all these operations we are going to study in detail with example. Okay, so we are going to start with the first operation, that is select operation. So select as its name. So it select the tuples, the set of tuples that satisfy a given predicate. So I'm going to read the definition here. The select operation select the tuples from the given relation that satisfy the given predicate. It is a unary operation. It is a unary operation, means it takes single relation as the input and it selects those tuples that satisfy a given predicate. That satisfy a given predicate. Predicate means constraint. Whatever the predicate is there, means it select only those tuples that satisfy a given predicate. For that, a lowercase Greek letter sigma is used. Lowercase Greek letter sigma is used to denote the selection. The predicate appears as a subscript to the sigma and the argument relation is in parenthesis after the sigma. The argument relation is in parenthesis after the sigma. So this is the mathematical notation for the select operation. Again, I am repeating, it select those tuples that satisfy a given predicate. We use the lowercase Greek letter sigma to denote the selection. The predicate appears as a subscript to sigma. The argument relation is in parenthesis after the sigma. The argument relation R is in parenthesis. So this is the mathematical notation for selection. Okay. So P is called the selection predicate, which is subscript to the sigma. It is a predicate. Now, how we write it in mathematical or in detail? The sigma means the it select the tuples from the relation R. Okay, tuples from the relation R. So T is the tuples that is in the resulting relation. Which are these T? These are from the relation R. So T belongs to R and the predicate P is true for all these tuples. And the predicate, given predicate P is true for all these tuples. So in this way, the result of this select is the set of tuples. So here with this predicate we use the logical connectivities and or not, also the comparison operators, 6 comparison operators. Now see it with the example, then it will be clear. Okay, select operation, the first example we are going to see. So select those tuples from the of the instructor relation where the instructor is in the physics department. Whenever such kind of question is there, read the query 2 to 3 times. Read the query 2 to 3 times. What is the query? Select those tuples of the instructor relation where the instructor is in the physics department. So when such kind of example is there, query is there and we have to write the query for this statement, then first we need to identify the relation on which this query operates. First we need to identify the relation on which this query operates, means argument relation first we need to identify. So instructor relation we need to use here as an argument relation because in instructor relation there is ID, name, department name and salary. So here we want the instructors, correct? Where what predicate is given here? What predicate, what constraint is here? The department name should be physics. So department name is also in the instructor. So instructor relation is sufficient to write the query. So I write this query here. The first select. So lowercase sigma. After that in subscript we write to predicate. What is the predicate? Department name is equal to physics. So I write here predicate department name. Now it is a character, so write it in quote. Department name is equal to physics. And in the bracket or in the parenthesis, we have to write the name of the argument relation, which is instructor. So how this query execute? First it take the argument relation instructor. From that select only those tuples where department name is equal to physics. Okay. So in this way the result. So this is our instructor relation, entire instructor relation with these 12 tuples. Among that it select only those tuples where department name is equal to physics. So you can see here this one and this one. So the entire tuple is selected here. The entire tuple means all the attributes of that tuple are selected. So remember, this is about the select operation. Okay. So select operation, another example, find all instructors with salary greater than 90,000. Okay. Find all the instructor with salary greater than 9 instructor. So here the simple query that I write, sigma, the predicate is salary greater than 90,000 from the argument relation instructor. So it select only those tuples from the instructor relation where salary greater than 90,000. So in this way. Now in general, when we perform the select operation, in general we allow the comparisons using the comparison operators equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. These comparison operators are allowed in selection with the predicate. Furthermore, we can combine several predicates with the logical connectivities and or and not. With the logical connectivities and or not, we can combine the predicates. For example, to find the instructors in the physics with salary greater than 90,000. So here again the instructor, first we need to identify the relation on which it operates. So we operate it on the instructor relation. So first we need to identify that it is an instructor. Now there are two predicates. What is the first predicate? Department name is equal to physics and salary should be greater than 90,000. And these both predicates should be satisfied. Then only it find out that tuple. So the simply select sigma, lowercase Greek letter, then in the predicate you can write any predicate first. Department name is equal to physics. Now both predicates should be satisfied. So we need to use here and connectivity. If any one of these, then or. So department name is equal to physics and salary greater than 90,000 from instructor relation. So in this way we can combine the several predicates by using the logical connectivity. You can see the result. There were two physics department instructors, but among that the Einstein has a salary which is greater than 90,000, and that's why in the result only one tuple will appear. Actually there are two instructors with physics department. Next one is the project operation. So the project operation, it lists all the all the attributes. The project operation, it lists all the attributes that we want to appear in the result. So here the projection is denoted by uppercase Greek letter pi. Uppercase Greek letter pi. Then those attributes that we wish to appear in the result is subscript to pi. A1, A2, AK. These are the, these are the attributes that appears in the result. And the argument relation follows in the parenthesis. So A1, A2, AK are the attributes that appear in the result from this relation R. So project operation, it is used to list the attributes. So always remember that the selection operation, it is used to select the tuples, entire tuple as it is. While the project operation is used to select the attributes, list the attributes from the relation. Now see it with example. So select project operation automatically remove the duplicate. Means if in the resulting relation there are more than tuples or the rows with the same values, then it remove automatically the duplicate. That is one characteristics of project operation. Now list all instructors ID, name, salary, but do not care about the department name. Means in the resulting relation we want the instructor's ID, name and salary, but not the department name. So I use here project, uppercase Greek letter, pi, followed by in subscript the attributes that we wish to appear in the result, that is ID, name and department name with comma, and in parenthesis the name of the argument relation. So here from the instructor relation we want these only attributes. So the resulting relation only 3 attributes will appear. So here department name will not appear. Okay. Now the next one, projection operation. Now we can combine these projects and selection together. We can combine multiple operations together and it is required according to the statements. So what is the statement? Find the name of the instructors in the physics department. Find the name of the instructors in the physics department. So again read the query carefully, the statement, problem statement carefully. From this problem statement, the first thing is that here we need the instructor relation, correct? Why? In the instructor ID is there, name is there, salary is there and department name is there. So the predicate is that department name should be physics. Okay. And what we want in the result? In the result we want only the name of the instructor from the physics department. So how we combine the select and project, that is important. The sequence is important here. Here we cannot change the sequence. Okay. See. First we need to find all the tuples where department name is equal to physics. So how we write it? First we need to find those tuples with department name is equal to physics. So first I write select department name is equal to physics from instructor. So what is the result of this query? It gives only those tuples where department name is equal to physics. But here we want those from these tuples we want only name in the result. Which attribute we want it to wish appear in the result? We wish to appear only name in the result, and for that we need to use the project operation. So again I put a parenthesis here, and from this result we want project name. So only name appear in the result. See once again, in this we need to combine two operations together. The query is that we have to find out the name of the instructor in the physics department. So the predicate is given that department name should be physics. So first we write this query. We call it as a sub query. We write this sub query. Select department name is equal to physics from the instructor. So it identify or find out only those tuples where department name is equal to physics, and from that tuples project operation only list the name of that instructor. So see it with the proper example. So first sub query executed, the department name is equal to physics. So these two attributes are there with the department name is equal to physics. But from that, which attribute we want? These two tuples are there, the result of this query. First, from this, what we want to appear in the result? Only name, and that's why we apply another projection operation, project name, and from this, the name will appear in the result in this way. So the result of this query is the name of the instructor. The result of this query is the name of the instructors. Next, union operation. So select and project both are unary operation which operate on the single relation. We have seen it, instructor relation it only operate. Now the next one is the union operation that operate on two relations. So it is a binary operation. So it is a binary operation which operate on two relations and generate a single relation as the output. So how we write it? R union S. Mathematical notations in relational algebra is used. In SQL, we write simple English language. But in relational algebra, mathematical notations are used that already you have studied in mathematics. So, the mathematical notation is R union S and what it performs. The output of union is the tuples from two input relation. Union of tuples from two input relation. So, how we write it in detail? R union S is equal to set of tuples T where T belongs to R or T belongs to S. So, OR is important. Where T belongs to R and T belongs to S. Both union of all the tuples from both the relation. Now, when we apply this union operation R union S, it is valid. For that, there are two conditions. For that, there are two conditions. R and S must have the same arity. R and S must have the same arity. Means same number of attributes should be there in the both the relation. In both the relation, same number of attributes. Means if R there are 4 attributes, then in S also there should be 4 attributes. That is same number of arity we call. Okay, same number of attributes in both the relation. And the second is that the attribute domains must be compatible. The attribute domain must be compatible. Means what? If in R the first attribute is of character of size 8 in R the first attribute, then in S also the first attribute should be of size character 8. If second attribute in R is integer, then in this also the second attribute should be integer. Means the attribute domain must be compatible. Then only we can perform the union operation. Means for example, if we consider, I take bank example, account and loan. So in account number is there, then branch name is there, and then balance is there. It is of type character suppose 8. It is of type character suppose 15 and it is of type integer or float. Loan, there are again 3 attributes: loan number, branch name and loan amount. Okay. Now it is of type or domain character 8. Its domain is character 15 and its domain is integer. Then we can make the union of these two, or we can apply the union operation. Why? Because it has 3 attributes. It has also 3 attributes. Its first attribute is of type domain character 8. Its first attribute is also character 8. So you can observe all the domain of all the attributes are compatible with each other. Then only in that case we can apply the union operation. So that is the constraint, two constraints that are applied when we use the union operation. Now we are going to see the example. To find all courses taught in fall 2009 semester or in spring 2010 semester or in both. See, to find all courses in fall 2009 semester or in spring 2010 semester or in both. So here when such kind of problem statement is there and we have to write a query, again first we need to identify the relation on which we can operate. And here two predicates are there. Okay. This is the first predicate and this is the second predicate. Means we need to write two separate subqueries. Okay, we need to write two separate subqueries. So try to write the first subquery. Find all courses taught fall 2009 semester. Find all courses taught in fall 2009 semester. Means first we need to find out the relation on which it. So we need to use the section relation because in the predicate there is a semester and year. And in section relation, course ID is there that we want in the resulting relation. Then the predicate semester is there, year is there. And that's why we need to use the section relation here, not the course relation. So the predicate I am going to write here first. Select. The first predicate is that semester is equal to fall. See the again repeating. Repeat is a character. Write it in double quote. Both predicates should be satisfied. So we use and as a logical connectivity, and year is equal to 2009 from section. So what is the result? It find out those tuples where semester is equal to fall and year is equal to 2009 from the section relation. But in the result we want only the courses or the course ID. So here along with this we need to apply the projection. What? Project course ID. So the result of this subquery is the course ID where semester is equal to fall and year is equal to 2009. Now the second subquery is there. What is it? Spring 2010. So again I write project semester is equal to spring and year is equal to 2010 from section. So it find out those tuple where semester is equal to spring and year is equal to 2010, but in the result we want only the course ID attribute. So course ID. Now two separate result we get, but we need to combine it. What we want in the resulting relation? Or. Means here we need to use the union. Here we need to use the union. Okay. Union of both the results. So in this way. So the parentheses are very important. So I am writing it in different colors. This is the first parenthesis, means this is the result of the, or this is a subquery on which we apply the next one. So the parenthesis is very important here. Okay. So this is the section. From this we want only those courses which are taught in semester fall 2009. So find out fall 2009. This is the course we want in the result. Then spring fall 2009. This one. And any other fall 2009. This one. So these three courses taught in fall 2009. Along with that we want those courses taught in spring 2010. So this is spring 2010 means this course. Then spring 2010 means this course. Then these also spring 2010 means these two courses. Any other spring 2010 means this course. Spring 2010 means this course. Spring 2010 means this course. And as it is or, all appear in the result. So this one, 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 and this one. But the union operation automatically remove the duplicates. So here it appears 2 times. So in the result it will appear only once. This appears 2 times, but in the result it appear only once. Why? Because the union operation automatically remove the duplicates. You can observe here, this is the result of this query. You can see it appears only once, this appears only, all the name of the IDs of the courses appears only once. Why? Union operation automatically remove the duplicates. That is about the union operation, which is a binary operation. The next. Okay. So set difference. So set difference, as its name, again it is the binary operation which operate on two separate relations. It is takes the set difference operation denoted by minus. The set difference operation denoted by minus allows us to find the tuples that appear in one relation but not in another. That appear in one relation but not in another. So R minus S produces a relation containing those tuples that are in R but not in S. So mathematically, how we write it? R minus S is the set of tuples T where T belongs to R and T not belongs to S. All the tuples from R but not in S. Set difference must be taken again compatible relation. R and S must have the same number of attributes and the attribute domains of R and S must be compatible. The example, find all courses taught in fall 2009 semester but not in spring 2010. So again I write the first subquery, select semester is equal to fall and logical connectivity and year is equal to 2009 from section. From that only we want the course ID, project course ID. Similarly, again I write the subquery, select semester is equal to spring and year is equal to 2010 from section. And from that we want to project only the course ID. And what we want in the result actually, those taught in fall 2009 but not in this, so we need to use the set difference. But not in spring 2010.